What's going on, guys? Adam again, back with Atomic Garage, and in this video right here we are going to talk about two power tools from Wally's World that I actually like. Stay tuned for this video. Drop that intro. So just as the intro said, guys, I have two tools that I bought from Walmart that are actually not bad at all. Now, the first tool that I have is, of course, made by Hyper Tough, and this is a 1/4 sheet sander, and it's also got a little bag that supposedly catches debris. Now, with this tool that you can find in every single Walmart, not the food neighborhood market one, but just the regular Wally's World. Now, with that right there, I've used it on wood, I've used it actually some body work, don't judge me, and I've used it for a bunch of different reasons. And that sheet sander has not failed me, has not hiccuped, has not given me a problem. Now, one thing I will say is the little bag that comes on the end of it, it doesn't really catch anything, doesn't seem to really catch anything. Not a big deal given the fact that, I mean, the thing costs what, maybe $15 total. I don't have a box or a part number for it because the reviews I'm bringing to you is tools that I have used for a long period of time, so I know if they're good, I know if they're bad, and if they're worth buying or not. Now, another thing that I do find that I don't really care for, but I have to remember that it is a sheet sander, is the fact that these little holders here for the sandpaper, they can be kind of annoying. They're kind of fiddly at times. You find yourself really getting annoyed at it and stuff, but it's spring loaded and you can get it to hold and stuff like that. It just takes some time. It probably takes a little bit more time for me because I've already stockpiled on sandpaper from Harbor Freight, and I usually have to cut my sheet, and sometimes it's not always perfect, so then I'm trying to fidget it in there, and then I usually have like a little gap or a little bubble in there, and it gets a little annoying. But if you actually have the actual sheets for this sheet sander, it does good. When I did my rustic farmhouse coffee table and my dining table, I used both of these just to do a light sanding on it, and this, honestly, it did the job. It's not loud, it's not overbearing. The switch works pretty good on it, and haven't had any problems with it. The cord is not bad. It gives you a decent length, but of course with most power tools you're kind of moving around, usually need some kind of extension of sorts. So that is one tool from Wally's World that is awesome. 1/4 sheet sander, 15 bucks or so. Can't go wrong with that. The next tool that I bought from Wally's World is a jigsaw, and I needed this jigsaw because what was I doing? I know what I was doing. I was actually trying to find something to cut a hole in my shed to put that window unit. That's exactly what it was. Now, please don't get construed with this jigsaw. This is not a high-end jigsaw. I'll be honest, it's not. But if you're doing basic things, this works amazing. And I made it work on the wood for my shed, and I think it's at least a 1/2 inch or better thickness wood, and it plowed through it. It didn't stop. It didn't, bugger out or anything. The blade on it, it didn't warp or anything on it. It worked actually really well. Be surprised at it. Also, another thing about it is that you have a little scroll wheel here that controls how fast or how slow it moves. You got a little minimum here, you got a maximum here. You also have a trigger over here to engage your throttle and hold it and stuff like that. This is something else that works pretty good. It works good for 1/4 inch and little things like that. If you're using or working with MDF sheets, if you're cutting out, maybe making a subwoofer box or something, this actually works really well. I think it might have been 20 bucks or so. This is something else from Walmart that I didn't feel bad about buying. Once I used it one time, I was hooked after that. It worked perfectly. Another thing I see with a lot of jigsaws is that sometimes these blades come off and then they start wobbling all over the place. It doesn't do that. It does pretty good. It has 2 screws here. Don't know if you can see that. 2 screws here that holds that in place. The cord is also a decent length, and one thing also I like about it is when you need to change this out, usually when you need a tool, it's never ever where you put it. Good thing with this is on the cord they actually put the tool to go ahead and change that blade out. So that's pretty awesome, little small thing like that. And for both of those, you're looking at what, 35 bucks, 40 bucks tops after taxes and stuff. And two tools that if you're not beating on it, if it's not a everyday constantly used, but let's say once a week, once every 2 weeks, you shouldn't feel bad about cheaping out on at all. So those are the two things that I got from old Wally's World that hasn't let me down. I've had both of those for quite some time now. Work awesome for me, and I'm all about saving money and not rebuying stuff. There's certain things I will spend actual money on. My wife has taught me that by cheaping out a lot of times you end up buying it twice, but you got to be smart, and that's what this channel is about, being smart on everything that you're doing, whether it's tool reviews or me working on the car or whatever the case may be. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'm trying to cut down the length on it. If you like this video, please drop a like, drop a comment if there's certain tools from Walmart that you've already purchased that you like. I would like to hear those. I'm not always buying tools. I only buy more tools when I feel like I need them. But if there's something that works outstanding or that works amazing, I want to hear about it. So drop a comment at the bottom. Please feel free to share and also subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. One of the ways that I know if you're actually digging the information that I'm giving, or if I'm just a bald talking head that's just talking. So thanks again for watching, and peace.